Wow. Okay. How do we even start after so long? Like,
Yeah, it's been very long actually since we recorded something.
yeah.
Mm.
How's it been being back?
It's quite good. I
Okay.
it feels like a very familiar space, but
Okay.
at the same time there is some sort of change in perspectives, maybe change
Okay.
in I don't know what we're going to speak.
Okay. I
So
think change in also that we have a video this time. That's a big
yeah,
change for
finally
us. Yeah. We've
people
come out of hiding.
not just the voices but also the faces now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Why did we not have a video before?
That's actually a good question. I think um, I don't know. Did maybe it was too much to put out. I think
Maybe.
something with audio. It's okay, fine. We'll just have to do. Nobody will really. I mean, the not about accountability, but I think there is some sort of like ease in
Yeah, yeah,
transition, and I think now we are confident enough to be like, okay, yeah, we can try out video. Like even if it's
yeah.
not going, even if it's going to be raw, and even if it's going to be
Just
just
unfiltered, just conversation. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think, like you were saying, even being okay, being front of the camera, not being too conscious about it, I think that itself is like a big change in a way.
Yes,
And I'm sure the change will also be reflected in what we talk going forward on the topic as well. Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
Another thing I'm very happy about is because it's a video, like we can talk over each other and it's okay. Like, because if it's in the podcast, like you have to wait for one person to finish
Finish.
before the other person can talk. You have to be like super silent the entire
Yes,
time.
yes,
Like,
yes.
but now we can actually converse like that.
But I think
That's really
I was
fun.
not aware of that at all. I think I still used to speak over.
No, no, I think it was fairly good. Like we would maintain that silence because I edited. I know, like we did
Yeah,
maintain that silence. But now we can actually react sort of spontaneously to what the
correct,
other
correct.
person says,
Yes, yes.
rather than wait for them to finish and then react
Uh,
later.
it's a refreshing
That's fun.
change, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Do we just begin with it? Like I think it'll be a fun discussion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so too. Like, although here we're not really picking on any one particular concept and
yeah,
delving deep into that, but
yeah,
it's still a part of who we are and
yeah,
just reflects a little bit on who we are as individuals. And I think that's
absolutely.
fun. And being able to put ourselves in the conversation is not something that we usually do. I think in our
Yeah,
conversations, but
it'll be very objective, usually just
yeah,
examining a phenomenon and what
yeah.
is it? Yeah, how is it? How does it occur? All of that.
I always try to be very objective of
Yeah,
keep myself out of the topic,
yeah.
but
Like
this is
true
this is
psychology students that we are.
exactly.
Yeah,
So this is
yeah,
going to be a great discussion. I think we
yeah,
can get into it. I think today
yeah,
what we've prepared as such is we're going to just list out some favorites of ours
yeah.
and in different categories, and we're just going to see how that fits into our personality as
Yes.
such, and yeah, it's an interesting purview into us as individuals. So
Yeah,
you're
I
excited for
think
it?
it will be a good reintroduction to who we are, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Because through this, anyone who listens can also know who we are as people. And
correct.
I really believe that the media we watch or think about says a lot about us. And,
Yes.
excuse me for that. I will shut that down. Yeah. So the media we watch says a lot about us and who we are.
Correct.
So I think this will be a good reflection on that. So let's begin with the first category that we have that I think is so difficult to narrow down and have one choice for our favorite. So we have first up movies.
Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun.
yeah, Nitya, go first.
Yeah. Okay. So before starting on which is my favorite movies, again, of course, we're going to give this, sort of, I don't know,
Disclaimer.
disclosure or something,
Yeah.
that there are a lot of movies that we like. And I personally do like, there's a list of movies. The reasons why we like them are all different. And
Yeah.
we can now, I mean, to pinpoint on one is very difficult for both of us. And for me personally, though, if I would say like at this moment, if there's a favorite movie, somehow this movie keeps coming back. That is Moana, and
Okay.
uh, I know I watch different genres of movies, and like thinking which would be the, that really captures like how I feel. I think that would be Moana. Like there are a lot of animated movies actually for sure in this list, but right now I'm not naming the other ones because I don't want to give out too much of information. But Moana, the reason why I like it is it's very, I think it connects to my soul in a way.
Okay.
And like struggling to fight against the familial understanding of what one should be, and pushing through that, and reaching expectations of who you are as a person, and pushing beyond the limit that you have been given, because for her quite literally the island is the boundary,
Okay.
and she
Yeah.
has to literally move out of that reef, and you know
Yeah.
her destiny awaits. Right.
Yeah.
So in that way, I'm always inspired by Moana, and watching it always, it's like a comfort. At the same time, it's very motivating for me. Moana is
Okay.
very motivating. The moment I watch Moana, I just feel like, yeah, yeah, I can do whatever I feel like I want to do, and that really makes me feel very, very excited. And the character also, like not just Moana, but the other characters who are there also. There's a lot of authenticity to each of that in that particular culture, and uh, like it's a very interesting concept. And I really enjoy watching Moana, and it's a what is a soul touching movie for me. So I
Awesome.
really like the way it makes me feel once I
Okay.
watch Moana. So yeah, that would
Okay.
be Moana for me. So what is it for you?
I have follow-up questions.
Oh,
If
go ahead.
if
Yeah.
okay. So like I one of the things that came to my mind was how is it different to watch now versus let's say the first time you watched it? It's a not like a very recent movie. We've had a sequel to it as well and all. It's been a while, right? So
Yes.
how was it when you first watched it and how is it now? What's the difference?
First, when I watched it, no, like I feel like somebody took my soul and put it inside that movie. It felt like that. Like, oh my
Okay.
god, I feel like representation. I think
Okay.
that,
Okay.
because okay, it's a girl, and somewhere they've never really stated that okay, because you're a girl, you should not be a chief or captain. That was never stated. That
Mm,
patriarchal thing was not really there in the
yeah.
movie. So I always liked that approach, and not really
Mm,
seeing it as like, oh, men versus women.
mm,
It was never about that. The whole point of the movie was that she had to find herself in
right.
the thing. So when I first watched it, it was just that. And the, what do you say, the song from that, I'm not able to
Mm.
recollect what is that song.
How
uh
far I'll go?
how far I'll go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that song, I was just like, oh, that was the thing that really captured me in Moana the first time I watched.
Okay.
I feel like that song was really touching to me.
Okay.
But from that time, I watched it so many times, and I can't
Okay.
even count how many
Yeah.
times I
Yeah.
watched it. But through the years, watching it, I feel right now it's not just about the song. It's more about how she pushes herself. I think because it's very uncomfortable positions, and she's never gone out of the reef, but she's always been a person who wanted to go.
Yeah.
But there is some sort of hurdles in meeting new people, in experiencing different ways of being, because she's
Yeah.
never been on a boat, but the entire movie is on a boat, and she's never been, until that point she's never been on a boat. So that sort of like it pushes me to feel like, okay, be uncomfortable. It's all right to
Okay.
be uncomfortable, and it's
Okay.
all right to unlearn certain things to learn new things. And whatever
Right.
we learn, we're going to unlearn only sometime else in our future.
Yeah.
So the process of learning and unlearning, I think in Moana, like when I see it, I don't feel it, but that
Later.
lessons do come,
Okay.
I think, over and over when I
Okay. Okay.
experience it. So yeah, the difference is not much from when I first watched it till now. but definitely the I'm able to see it as a more holistic movie rather than
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, I like the song or I like the
Yeah,
character,
got
because
it.
every character I feel, had something to give. And if it was not for Moana, then we would never, what do you say, found Tefiti, right? We,
Yeah,
she's the one who recognized, like, okay, the spiral, and she's the same. So
yeah,
so all those things, little bits and pieces.
yeah.
Right
So
now,
appreciating different parts of the movie
yeah,
more in a
yeah,
way. Yeah.
yes.
Nice.
So that I would say that.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
For me, I think the choice is very obvious. I don't think I could go for any other movie apart from this, which is Everything
I
Everywhere All
guess.
at Once. Like, was that your guess?
Yeah, can I? What was I?
Oh, you didn't listen to
I
my.
didn't
Oh,
hear.
okay.
I
Okay, tell
didn't
me, what is
hear.
your guess? What is your guess? What is your guess?
I thought Spider Verse.
Oh no, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like,
Ah, okay, 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 okay. Yeah,
why? Because I think Spider-Verse is something. Both these movies are really, really close to my heart. I think Spider-Verse represents that sort of individual growth, I guess, in terms of like, you know, be like just be confident in yourself, and especially Miles when he doesn't tie his shoelace and whatever, like he's still a Spider-Man of his own, right? Like I also don't tie my shoelace, so like I kind of relate to that. Not intentionally but very unintentionally, but now I'm like, yeah, that's me. Probably not the best of ideas, but for me that's a very personal sort of empowering story in a way. But why I did choose Everything Everywhere All at Once is because I think it helps me think how about how to be an adult, which I think I don't think I know completely, obviously. Like I'm 25, but I don't think I feel 25. Like I still feel like in so many ways I'm learning how to navigate this world, navigate having responsibilities. But when I see that, I think it's a real representation of how fractured our mind is sometimes in terms of
yeah,
what different possibilities exist, and always feeling like I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have been this, I could have been that. Like, but to like be able to sort of keep all that aside and be present for what you are in this moment, I think that is something I even aspire to today. Like it's not that I can do it all the time, but when that happens is when I feel the most at peace, and I feel like, yeah, I have like grown as an individual, and I can continue working on it going forward as well. So, and it shows that it's not a struggle that stops at once. Like
correct.
even if you recognize that, yes, there are different possibilities, but we can still be happy, like in the sense content with what we have. What we usually say, it's such a mundane thing, and just kind of dismiss that mundane for being
Yes,
very bland and boring. That is life when you think about it, right? And I
very true.
think that movie really sort of tells me to appreciate the life that I have. And yes, it is full of difficulty and like heartbreak and confusion and all of that, but it is something that still is worth living and for that reason. And I did encounter it at a time when I was still finding myself and taking the first steps to sort of understand who I am as an individual. So I think that movie is like something I'll go to again and again, just to sort of firstly empathize with how difficult it is, because how dizzying the visuals are in the movie is how dizzying I feel life is
True, true.
sometimes.
Yes,
And just to have that mirrored, but have a sort of conclusion that says it's okay, like you will be okay. That dizziness is still there in the head, but you can
yes,
still like be there for the people around, and you can be there for yourself. And even if you're not able to achieve, let's say, some 10 different things that you think are possible, you're still fine. And I think there's something valuable in that. So I absolutely love it. Like, so yeah.
that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
question to you, I would say,
Yeah.
like, is there any particular scene
Oh,
in the
okay.
movie that you're, it's like, oh, like this really, like, it resonates with me?
I think there are two scenes that are competing for that for me. The
Okay.
first scene is like, I think you would also really like that scene, which is the scene with the rocks. Like that's
Oh my God,
when the
yes.
movie
Oh
goes
my
entirely silent and there's just text on the screen. And I think
Yes,
it's a break. It's like, oh yeah, there's so much noise and there's so many things happening to us
yeah,
all the time. But when you just pause, when you just stop for a second, you just realize that yeah, we can just be a rock, like just be. There's nothing else we need to achieve, there's nothing else we need to do but just be there by each other. And I think that's a very powerful scene, and I really enjoy that.
Very true, very true.
Another scene that comes close to that for me is the last scene, where she's again back at the tax office, and they're
Right.
sitting, and this time the daughter is there also translating and
Yes.
helping the conversation go forward. You have her just kind of almost drift off into that multiverse again, like in her head,
Yes,
but
yes,
she
yes.
chooses to be in the present. She's like, and she's just in the present again. And she's able to enjoy that moment with her family rather than think about what else could be.
Could
And
be,
I think
yes.
that's another, I struggle with that a lot in terms of what could have been if I did something different or if things went different. But for me to be just being able to be in the present, it's like a reminder in a way, and I like that scene for that.
I'm sure the choosing to be in the present is
Yeah,
definitely a really, really awesome
yeah,
twist in that movie. That's awesome. So that finishes the category of movies.
very
Somehow
tough.
we were able to pick up.
Yeah, I'm sure we can go on about like so many movies that we've seen.
Because
Like,
there are so many to really sit and think
yeah,
about. Like I'm just some special mentions. I'm sure you also
yeah,
resonate with those. Are definitely Spider Verse
yeah,
for both of us. I think those are
definitely.
Soul as a
All,
movie was
yeah.
really good. Then I think even Encanto was really good.
Oh yeah, Encanto, absolutely. In terms of family dynamics, I
Oh,
absolutely
that
felt it.
was
Like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
very good.
brilliant.
And
Yeah.
even like Malayalam movies like Charlie and things like this also, like
Yes,
the
yes.
exploration
The
of,
free spirit that is there in that
yeah,
movie is quite
yeah,
something. Yeah,
definitely.
very
These are
nice.
some special mention movies that we really like.
Yeah, and recommendations as well, if you can take it that way. Like,
Yeah,
if you have not already watched, these are all very popular movies, but
very popular,
still,
exactly.
yeah, but still very meaningful. They're popular for a reason, I would say. Like, yeah,
Yes, very true, very true.
awesome.
Okay, so I think we can move on to the next category. This is
Yeah,
also another favorite of ours, I think. Our
yeah,
favorite
definitely.
songs.
Song,
Song.
song. We need to
Song.
have one song.
This somehow I was able to pick up on one, but you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. I have in front of me two songs. I think I'll go with the first. I'll tell the second song maybe later as I mentioned. Like,
Uh-huh.
okay, the first song, I don't know if you, I don't think you would know the song. Like, it's from a YouTuber. He's a
Uh-huh.
musician. He's called Andrew Huang. So there is a song
Okay.
called Lift Off. So that is the song. So
Okay.
the sort of premise for, I'll tell you the little bit of a premise and why I like it as well. So this is part of his album called Space Time, where
Okay.
it is a collection of songs where he almost initially when he launched it, he pretended that he's gone to space,
Oh,
like
okay.
did all the set design and like actually suiting up to go be an astronaut or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like it was so well produced that people actually believed that he did go to space, but he would
Oh,
continue
cool.
to like make YouTube videos and post it from that space set. Like he'll like, yeah, I'm in the orbit right now or whatever, and he's just posting, and he used to release the songs like as a story almost. That
Okay.
entire album is like a story. It's almost like a movie, like, and it's
Right,
like a
right.
space adventure that he has. Like, but this song is called Lift Off, and it happens during the lift off, like when actually it
Uh-huh.
goes.
Uh-huh.
And for me, this song personally, it's extremely motivating. Like that's one of the reasons I picked this, because I listen to the song sort of like over and over and over and over again. Like it's almost like it's like a flow state if I'm listening to this song,
Right, 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 right.
because I first did that when I had a really tough period and I just couldn't, what do I say? It was almost like a mental block. I just couldn't get past feeling bad or couldn't get past feeling sad. But what happened was I started going on walks regularly
Mm. Mm.
around the like area. And in one of those walks, I played this song and I liked it. So I just put it on repeat and walked the entire sort of area
Crazy.
with just listening to one song. Like it, I don't know how many times it played that day. 100 maybe, I don't know. Like it just went on and I walked
Mm.
in that zone. And I think at the end of
Mm.
that walk, I felt like that burden sort of went away, like at least for that moment, and it gave some clarity in terms of, yeah, I can do this, I can continue living. I can continue like doing my things. Like I, even despite some challenges or whatever. So in that sense, it's an extremely motivating song. And I think because of that moment, I keep going back to that song over and over. So this moment
Mm-hmm.
happened like maybe like 4 years ago, but
Right?
still I go back to that like over and over just so that it feels comforting.
Feels. Right,
Yeah,
right,
it
right,
feels like,
right.
yeah, this motivation is something I want. As a reminder of, yeah, once I thought this was possible, so now also I can think this is possible. So
Yeah,
that way,
that's
so
really
that's the
nice.
song. Yeah, it's very
I,
nice.
oh, that's really nice. Is there any particular lyrics in that resonates with you? Or
Ah, 1 second. I don't know if, see, I told you, it's mostly the feeling that,
okay, I think I'll change the question then.
okay,
Was it the lyrics that attracted you, or the music that attracted you to the song?
it's not lyrics or, mm, I think it's the meaning more than anything else. Meaning all
Right?
put together. So when the idea that this is a lift off, right? And you're doing something that's impossible and you're doing it. That's what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meaning is almost
Meaning.
like.
Right, right, right.
And I think that is what is almost like the jet propulsion. I feel very propelled to go
Right.
forward.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Right,
that.
right, right, right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
that
really
is what
nice.
I like the most.
Oh,
So
nice,
just
nice.
I keep it as a metaphor almost, that lift off being lift off for myself, like that I am going higher, like I can do better, like that. It almost feels like I am like a centimeter above, like because that's how energized I feel when I listen to the song.
Oh, nice, nice. But I would also like to hear the other song. What?
Oh yeah, the other song. Okay, that is actually, I never knew that this is a song that would stay in my mind for so long, but it
Mm-hmm.
has quietly become one of the best.
Uh-huh.
Uh, which is from this movie Kai Poche.
Okay.
From by, the music by Amit Trivedi.
Yes.
So the song specifically is Meethi Boliyang. That is the
Okay.
song. So why I like that is because I don't know, when I listen to that song, it just feels like a warm sunny day with friends, and it's such a happy song and very light. I just feel very light when I listen to that. And from the time I listened to it back when the movie released, I don't know, many years ago, and I've kept coming back to it to feel that sense of like, yeah, this feels nice, like this feels warm. And it reminds me of good company always. So that is one of the like best. It's very usually I would never have answered that, but because I've come back to it so many times, it feels like, yeah, that's something that I should definitely not forget. There might be
Right.
so many songs that I listen for a while and then forget, but this
Mm-hmm.
is not one of those. Like I keep coming back
Going back.
to the
That's nice. That's
entire Kaipoche album actually, but more particularly this song. It just
yeah,
feels
nice.
like a nice day with friends, and that's
Hmm.
what I love.
Cool, cool.
Yeah,
So if I'm going to talk about my song, I mean, this is also my ringtone at the moment. So it's
yeah,
Sunflowers by Post Malone. Uh, I mean, it's kind of cliche only, but I don't know what it is about the song, but uh, I think like you spoke about, you keep coming back to it. It just feels like that. Like sometimes just hearing that beginning part of the song, right? I just feel like, oh, okay, fine, okay, it's fine. Like it just like you described, like a warm sunny day with your friends. Like that's exactly the feeling that I get when I listen to the song, and it's also like really uplifting in that particular moment. And no matter how many songs I listen to, a wide variety of songs. I think
mm,
I don't have one particular genre that I listen to more. Depending on the mood, it's always changing. But this one song, like, uh, I don't know what it is about the song, but it really makes me feel like no problem. We'll get through whatever it is
nice.
in front of us. So there's a little playfulness to that music, and it's really just like I'm just enjoying my life, but at the same time, it's also that deep soul of that person is reflected. I think for Miles, also that
Yeah,
that sort of reflected through the entire movie, and this
yeah,
song really stayed with me. I think throughout the entire thing. Uh, Yeah, so it's Sunflower by Post Malone. I really like
Awesome.
Sunflowers also. So naturally, that a little bit of inclination towards the song is there. But yeah,
Yeah, I think like if I know one thing about you for sure, that's that you like that song and that would be there on that list. So yeah,
yeah.
it's absolutely beautiful. Like I absolutely love that song. Yeah. So with that song, like what is the emotion that you usually feel like when you listen to it?
th- I don't know for a particular emotion, but I feel like it touches the soul. Like
Okay.
there's a certain sort of like frequency that
Okay.
where your heart feels a little more like right, like
It's in
it
tune. It's in tune. It's in sync.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something is just like in tune, and it just it triggers the heart. I feel like that.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but it has a way of making me feel more like it makes me feel like I want to look inward rather than looking at the chaos outside.
Oh
It
yeah.
makes me feel more in tune with myself. So I
Awesome.
think that's what makes me really go back to the song over and over again for now.
Yeah. That's nice. Like I get that because I remember whenever I listen to that song, I also picture Miles with his headphones. Like
Oh
that's
yes,
a picture
yes,
I
yes, yes,
cannot
yes.
sort of remove. So it feels like that inward thing that you spoke about
Yeah.
makes sense. There, it's like yeah, just tune out the noise and just kind of like be in your zone, just do your
Yes.
thing. Like yeah, that
Yes.
and the entire movie just kind of embodies that like
Seriously,
so well,
seriously.
so well.
And it's like when you said about that, like tuning into your own frequency, right?
Yeah.
It
Oh
feels
yeah.
that movie feels like that for me.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. I
Yeah.
like that.
And both one and two, which is usually very rare.
Yes,
That
it's very
both one
rare.
and two. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Very nice
Nice.
experience with this.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
think
it's
now,
the theme has been like almost anything that's empowering and lifting. Like that's nice, you know. Honestly, like as a side note, I would say, let's say many years ago when we first met or something, if we would have spoken about something like this, our answers would have been more edgy, I feel, don't you think? Like,
yeah, very true. We wouldn't have been so upfront, I think, about what we like because I like everything or
I like everything.
yeah,
And also like, dark and moody stuff, like
yeah, world
yeah,
is going mad. Like so,
yeah.
definitely would have been there. I think that's what the change in us would be
I
like.
definitely
It's-
noticed that like just now in because it
Hmm,
feels like yeah, we would have liked this even back then. But I'm saying in terms of how positive we are about something,
correct.
and that itself is like a huge difference in a way.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
back then, what was our main focus was how to critique media, how to
Yes.
critique something that we encounter.
Uh-huh.
And the entire sort of approach was anything you like, also you critique. Like you just critique, critique,
Correct.
critique, like
Correct.
which is a good skill to have, no doubt about it. Definitely, that critical thinking is required to assess something. But I think it's also that cynicism can be very hard on ourselves, that you're not
Correct.
letting yourself enjoy something
Yes. Yes.
as
Yes.
much
Yes.
as you would like.
Yeah, and like I think previously we used to consider many of the things like favorite things to be cringy also in a certain way.
Absolutely,
Right? Like
absolutely.
you can't have a favorite. Like if you have a favorite, that's quite cringy. Like who has a
That's true.
favorite? Like
Like a
you're not an
kid.
adult. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. That's what I think. Learning to be kids is, I think,
Yeah,
majorly how we. That's so true. It's so true. Like uh, that cynicism definitely hampers,
yeah,
whatever is in front of us, and we always
yeah,
see anything in the light of that. And
yeah.
someone who's as critical as us, perfect. But someone
Perfect.
who's not
Yeah.
critical
Mm,
at all, we feel like, oh, I'm judging you. It's
yeah. Because it felt like being critical is like a shield almost, like
yes, yes, yes,
so
yes.
that you can always be critical without talking about yourself,
Correct,
right?
correct,
But
correct.
when we have to appreciate something, there's some part of us that comes out of that
True, true.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And it feels like being critical is being more objective, like we said
Mm,
in the beginning of the podcast. Like
correct.
we were trying to be more objective, just, scientific, objective, less of that bias.
Yes,
But
yes,
not
yes.
that being biased is good, like, that's not what we're saying. It's just that,
Definitely.
embracing the subjectivity of things, and even trying to, be kind to one another and to the wider world.
Yeah, yeah,
Because deeming something to be cringe is not really helping anyone. Like, if someone finds joy out of that, they find joy out of that. And I think there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But that
yeah.
is a perspective right now, and that's not something we
Correct.
would have really said maybe back in the day. It just felt like,
Definitely not. Definitely
yeah,
not. Like, I think if you ask kids nowadays, I mean,
yeah,
not kids, but if you ask
yeah,
students in degree, college
yeah,
also nowadays,
yeah,
most people I think will respond the same. I mean, that comes with the age also,
yeah,
and we learn to be more kiddish as we grow. Like,
yeah.
or at least to the people who we
Embrace.
really, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. We embraced our own
yeah,
selves. And it took a
yeah,
long time to get to this place, and
yeah.
it's still not like we're, oh, I'm completely there.
Correct,
It's
correct.
never going to
Yeah,
happen to be completely
yeah,
anywhere. But at least knowing that, like you find joy in that, do it. And I
yeah,
find joy in this, I'm going to do it. And
yeah. As
be
long as you're
happy
not
with
like
it.
harming anyone, guys,
Ah, exactly.
that's the thing. Yeah, to live and let live, and I think that's like a
Yes. Yes.
uh, tolerance that you develop over
Definitely.
time. Yeah, it's brought a lot of joy as well. Like, you can love something without being ashamed about it, embarrassed about it,
Correct. Correct.
that way, and that just gives a lot of joy in general. Because
Yes.
I don't know, like, I think there was for me also this instinct that everyone else is watching something, I gotta also watch that.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
I have to be in the know for the popular culture or whatever.
Yes.
It felt like there's that pressure without even you realizing that that comes up when you're growing up. But now I'm able to say, even if I'm the only one who enjoys something, that's okay.
Correct.
Because before I used to feel really bad that, let's say I'm watching something, or I really liked something, that I didn't have anyone else to share it with.
Correct.
I
Correct.
was always looking for like anyone to kind of have the similar mindset or a similar preference for something.
Yeah.
But and until that happened, I would not talk about it.
Hmm. Yes. 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 Yeah.
I would not even say that I liked something until I really found like a space where I felt
Mhm.
they would also agree with that.
Correct.
But now I don't feel like it. It feels like, yeah, I can just like what I like and just talk about it to completely new people who don't understand it also. Like,
Yeah.
and if they don't understand it, it'll be something that I am introducing them to or whatever, like something
Exactly.
new that I am telling. Whether they end up liking it or not is their preference, but I can at
Correct.
least like talk about it with confidence and not feel bad that it's not something they know or not something they might like, and doing
Yes.
that calculation
Yes.
before
Yes.
you
Yes.
speak.
Yeah, I think that calculation in the minds have become more like, okay, I like something, I'm just going to do it. And
Yeah,
instead of calculating our response towards something, we
yeah,
just have our response towards something. And
yeah,
that's a refreshing change to
yeah,
have.
yeah. It's a big mental burden lifted, to be honest.
Yes, yes,
But yeah,
very, very.
on a whole, if I have to say, there is still a line between being like critical thinking, and that is all important, and that's definitely still something we use. It's not like we are
Def-
advocating for don't think, don't
Don't
criticize.
think.
That's not what we're saying. But rather as a more personal experience, and that's what.
Correct.
Yeah, awesome. Let's go on to the next category, which is the
Yes.
book.
Books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, actually, to say like I've not read too many books as such. Like I feel like I can do a much better job at that. In sense, like right
That's
now I'm
okay.
picking up that habit to read more.
Hmm.
But from whatever I've read until
Hmm.
now, like three books actually I listed down,
Okay.
and initially I thought I'll go with another one, but right now I'm really feeling one of them,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
the Shiva trilogy actually.
Oh, Shiva
So,
trilogy. Okay.
so uh, I actually don't read much fiction nowadays, and
Hmm.
whenever there's any book with fiction, also, I tend not to read. I tend to read more non-fiction books and
Hmm.
more like philosophy books. I really enjoy
Right.
those.
Hmm.
But somehow the Shiva trilogy, I feel like there was some sort of it made me feel human in a certain way, because again there also they have humanized a god, I think. And
Yeah.
that sort of interaction with the everyday people that Shiva had, and
Yeah.
how that shaped his entire life, and how the people around him accepted him for like being himself, and at the same time that sort of strong love between
Mm.
Shiva and Sati, right? Like
Yeah.
that is like the most heartbreaking thing for me, I think. I really that entire book really
Mm.
encapsulated the god
Mm.
quite well in a
Right.
human form. And
Mm.
that book, I initially, the first few pages I took some time to read, but
Mm.
once I read, then it was just within 3 or 4 days that I finished the entire series, and I was so surprised with myself because I've never read any book like that. So to have some book like that I was so interested, because it was definitely a movie in my head, and
Right.
I tend to be more imaginative whenever
Mm.
anything to discuss. Also, I'm always imagining how it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the picture that Shiva Trilogy painted in my head was just
Mm.
it was just beautiful, and
Right.
I sometimes yearn for that sort of a system in the current world, but definitely
Wow.
not really there. But I do feel like I was born in a wrong era sometimes. So
Oh, really? Okay.
so in that way, this book felt like it held my hand towards a
Okay.
particular era of being, I think,
Okay.
a
Okay.
particular way of being, and
Mm.
I really enjoyed my journey through that era,
Nice.
and that
Nice.
was really nice. I think the other books I'll just leave it at that. Like
Okay.
we'll see if it all comes up later.
Okay. 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 So, I mean, what part is it like the plot or is mostly setting? Is that what you're saying? Like from the
Yeah, the mental picture that it painted
right.
was
Mm.
phenomenal, I think, for
Right.
me. But along with that, also, it was the interaction of the characters.
Interaction with interactions. Okay.
Because there was a lot of times where I think Ganesh was a Naga, and there was a
Yeah.
the what society had expected, like, no,
Mm.
this is correct, this is wrong,
Yeah.
that sort of interaction to make both of this right and
Mm.
wrong, like a like a river flowing. it,
Mm.
it felt like that, and it felt more natural in terms of how the society could be. I know, of course, definitely the systems that we have now, we can't really change it to
Mm.
such a big extent that we have a different system. But I
Yeah.
feel like the possibility that the book gave was
Right.
something that I really enjoyed reading, and
Okay.
to see people as they are, and
Mm.
not really see them as, what do you say, just another part of the system. I think
Okay.
that was really interesting for me in the book.
Yeah. So you like the reforms that Shiva brought in to
Mhm.
the society there.
Definitely, and
We'll
sometimes
call one here as well.
so sorry.
We'll call one to this society as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Actually, I sometimes I pray like, oh my God, if it happens. Which is a
Nice.
sentence I would have never told, like, oh, I'm going to pray for something. I know this is a totally different conversations, but I think this is related to the previously we
Previous
were
point.
talking about,
Yeah.
yeah, like, oh, praying for something, oh, that's not like very scientific, like,
That's not
so
scientific. Yeah, that's not good.
don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can pray and wish and hope and trust and
We can do that. See,
feel for
that's the only thing we can hold on to sometimes. Like, that's really the only thing. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So much of nuance is there right now. I feel that. See, even now, there's so many parts of religion that I can critique, but that doesn't mean I
I
don't
should.
see the value of faith in a way or like how
Correct.
it helps people or how it can help myself as well. So,
Yes.
yeah, that way. I was telling my mother also recently, like, how there was this transition. I was like extremely religious when I was young,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
extremely religious. Uh,
Okay.
like belief in God and fear of God and
Mm,
uh, finding those rituals to be holy and all of those things. Like,
correct.
and that flip, like the switch went from on to off, like as I went through the social science and the studies and critique and
Mm,
all of that, like
mm,
completely went from on to off and took away any belief and any faith and nothing. Felt like,
mm,
yeah, it's not real, of course, doesn't matter, like, you know,
correct. Mm,
that
mm,
way. And I used to have a lot of debates with my mom as well about this,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
in terms of saying God's not there. I mean, why are you simply wasting your time on it? Like, not in those words, but that's the point I would be arguing. In some ways, it makes sense because I would not want her to suffer for the rituals or like worry too much about it. That's the reason why I'm saying it. And
Correct.
also saying you can't put faith alone, you have to put your own effort into it. Like, those are the reasons. But I'm saying the way I used to talk about it is like, it's not there. What are you praying to? Like,
Hmm, hmm,
that
hmm,
way.
hmm, hmm.
And in one of the conversations, I don't know if I've told you this before. In one of the conversations, she's a big believer. She still is a big believer.
Mhm.
She said something along the lines of, "So Ganesha doesn't exist, and she started
I
crying.
remember you telling me this. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
started crying, and for me, that was like such a big point. If I was like, I made someone cry all because I was trying to argue some point about God
Correct.
not existing. Like,
Mm, mm.
is that really worth it? And I think from that point, it really sort of showed me how much it helps and comforts people to believe.
Correct.
And now I have a stance where I can say it doesn't matter if it's real or not, you can still believe. Like, and I
Yes.
think I've come a long way from my stance on it, and that's where that nuance is reflected in the way we look at media as well. No, it's not like
Yes, yes.
the best or the worst, but you're able to see the things in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's nice.
Yes.
And that's definitely happened over time. Definitely.
Definitely, definitely. With
Yeah,
like a series of experiences and series of actually interacting with people. I think that.
yeah,
So yes, coming to your book.
yeah. My book. I have two books here.
Mm-hmm.
One is a more recent read, which is why it's more striking and it's there in my mind. But I'm not going to choose that. I'm going to choose the slightly older one, which is Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang.
Okay.
So Ted Chiang is a science fiction writer, and
Okay.
he
Okay.
is probably one of my favorite writers of probably all time.
Uh-huh.
And the way he writes science fiction is almost like exploring what humanity could be rather than what science is, or he
Mm.
uses the language of science to break down humanity, which I absolutely love. And if you've seen the movie Arrival, that's his
Ah.
story, and
Right,
that
right, right.
story is called Stories of Your Life in that book. So that book is a collection of short stories, and one of the stories is that of Arrival,
Okay,
the
okay, okay,
movie.
okay.
And in that movie also you see like how you define humanity through language, right? You just suddenly realize that, oh, if you don't have the words for something, that doesn't exist.
Mm,
It's
mm, yes,
almost like
yes.
that.
Mm,
Because if you're not able to express something, how do you know it exists? And
mm.
suddenly you realize how important these things are and how connected these things are. And if like an alien comes, how do you even interpret what an alien is? So I really enjoy thinking about like, where is the line between humanity and not? What makes something human? Like, these are questions I really like thinking about. I recently also read a book that sort of talks about something similar. So
Huh?
that book is not part of my list per se, but something another recommendation. That's another science fiction book. It's called Clara and the Sun by
Huh?
Kazuo Ishiguro. So
Okay.
it really shows like how some artificial intelligence, which is something that is coming up these days. No, I mean, it's all the buzz everywhere you
Yes,
see. It's
yes.
AI, AI, AI. But to understand what even is artificial intelligence, and you start questioning what even is intelligence
Mm,
if you think along those lines.
mm.
Because is it just pattern recognition that makes us human being, or is there something more to us than just
What
the
is the idea?
patterns? Like, is there
Yeah,
something more?
yeah.
Can it be just replicated into a machine, and is that human now?
Mm.
So these are questions that I don't know. I really like thinking about. I don't really have an answer, and neither does anyone. I would say like it's a very complex question, but I feel it's something worth engaging because we use this technology without understanding what it is. For me, I feel that is the biggest sort of threat and
Mm.
something I don't like, that it is used without understanding what it implies for ourselves and for the technology itself. So that way, these books are a good reminder of how science and humanity are connected. They're
Mm.
really not that separate. You might think technology is this, again, a theme of this podcast is probably like objectivity versus subjectivity, I guess, because
Yeah,
science you think is very objective, that
correct,
it
correct.
does something that is impartial and neutral and all that.
Mm.
But it's not that. Like, science is nothing but human. And
Correct.
the way we define logic, we define our reality, and we define the laws of, let's say, even physics. I understand the measurement can be objective, but how you use that measurement is very much
Subjective.
subjective. So,
Exactly.
in that sense, the connection between science and humanity, I don't think very few people write as well as Ted Chiang to explain that, in my eyes. So, that
Okay,
is
okay.
one of the best that I really enjoy. So, yeah,
Nice,
that's
nice.
why it's that.
I've never come across the name of the author at all, but I think you've spoken about it once before. Also, we have discussed this, but I think now I'm more
It's
inspired to go and read it. So
it's very good. It's especially because it's a short story collection. You can always like read one story and then leave and then think about it and then come back like that. So
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
like
yeah.
a huge commitment. Like, and
Correct.
each of those stories have like lots to think about in terms of
Okay,
the implications for humanity or all of those things. Like, it's very nice.
okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, I think I have referenced one of the stories before on the show as well. But
All
yeah,
right, all right.
it's just
Uh-huh.
something I keep coming back to again, and I love it. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. The other story that I have here, I'm just going to tell the title to the
Go ahead, go ahead.
listeners, and you know, it's controversial just because of its title, and I love it because it's that. It's called Nipple Jesus by Nick Hornby. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so
I think
that's it.
we can all take a peek at that in our own times.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. It's very interesting title.
It's yeah. We shall discuss it off the podcast. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But I want the listeners to go read it. It's a short story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very quick read. Yeah, and very, very good. Very good. I
yeah.
really like it.
Mhm. Nice. So now we move on to our fourth category,
Yes.
which is TV shows.
TV shows. Do
Mm.
you like TV shows?
Um, yes and no. I think
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of binging a lot of series actually recently.
Okay.
So right now I'm like I don't want to watch any more series.
Okay.
So
You're saturated.
yeah, I'm saturated right now. But yeah, TV shows are really interesting because there is a that timeline is there, to really get to that place, and there is
Yeah.
that sort of anticipation on every day, like oh yeah,
Yeah.
what's it going to be today? So definitely like that, TV shows are really interesting, but definitely the long format it is. So if you're not really into, I mean, if you're not someone who is used to that, you'll definitely not really like it. But I do enjoy TV shows.
Mm.
I've been watching a lot of K-drama series recently,
Okay.
but the ones that I've chosen are not K-drama. These are
Okay.
like some, actually two I've written down, but I'll speak about one of them
Okay.
more profoundly than the other.
Okay.
The other
Okay.
is just to mention, but
Okay.
I would have to say The Good Place is, definitely
Definitely.
top notch shows that I've ever watched. Because initially, actually, I thought, oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is there, and I really like
Mm.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a comfort, and I really,
Right.
anytime that I don't know what to watch, also, I just end up watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I feel better. But The Good Place was just something that, it really switched on something, I think, in me. And the entire journey, and there
Mhm.
was not a moment where I was like, okay, this is going bad. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it started, it took us, and where it had to take us, it took us, and it stopped.
It stopped. Yeah.
Each character had that growth, and each character had that, that I don't know, striving to live, right? Like
Yeah.
what we experience in our everyday, like they
Yeah.
experience in their afterlife. And
Yeah.
that was just like so well tied together, and and the kind of concepts that it brought out, ethics and morality and principles, and
Yeah.
oh, it's so well. And The Good Place is like one of the best TV shows that I've ever watched, and it's definitely very, very high up on the list.
Yeah,
Need time compared to anything.
yeah.
It's
For me
definitely
also, it's top of the list, like top of the list. So it is
uh,
just, I
phenomenal.
don't, yeah, it, like you said, like it just switches on, it just opens your mind. Like it just feels like, oh shit, I did not consider this
Yeah.
way. And it's so approachable, like something so difficult as philosophy.
Yes.
It makes it like, yeah, I can understand this, I can engage with this. And that's what philosophy should be in my eyes, because it is about humanity, it is about how we live with each other and all of that. So it should be approachable, like not that everywhere, but there should be approachable ways to engage with philosophy. And man, there is no words enough to talk about like the good place. It's just, and it does feel like the arc of the good place is like a life itself, like you said,
Yes.
from beginning
Yes.
till the end. And you
Yes.
see it, so like it's so satisfying to watch
Yes.
the journey that these characters take. And initially you might think that, oh, these are all just like a caricature, like, oh, Eleanor is the bratty one and Chidi is the anxious one, or
Yeah.
Jason is the, like sports
Dumb
jock
one.
or whatever, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that way. Or Tahani is just like bragging all the time, or she's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
the socialite of this
Yes.
group. But they defy their labels, all of them defy their labels, including Janet, the best.
Yeah.
Like, not a robot, not a girl, Janet. She
Exactly. Janet was
like,
awesome. Wow.
yeah, just one of the best TV shows like ever, like for
Yes. And
sure.
even including the demon, I just forgot his name.
Sean John.
Yeah, Sean. Oh my God, like a devil whose name is Sean. Like that's like awesome. Like I don't know how, but it's just because usually when we say devil, we really think of like what's the
Lucifer.
first name. Yeah, and it's just Sean. And the kind of when he's learning about the principles and learning about ethics himself, when he recognizes that okay, I have to be a better person, not person,
Yeah.
better whatever. Uh, that when he learns that, and especially there's this one point where the what do you say the I'm forgetting what is it, moral dilemma. uh,
Oh, you're talking about
right.
Michael, not Sean then. Like Michael.
Michael, not
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
when Michael
Yeah,
is,
the trolley problem. He's
yeah, the
learning
trolley
through the
problem,
trolley problem.
exactly.
Yeah, huh.
So when he's there and he's like, I'm not a very like understanding learner, so I want it more visually, and he just puts the visualization. It's too funny, but
Yeah,
it's so like even there also the kind of learners they are, like
yeah,
concept that we learn in psychology, like oh, there's a visual learner, there's a
yeah,
kinesthetic learner, and all these things. Like each of them had like a different, I don't know, a way of understanding that entire thing,
yeah,
and each of them took their own arcs in understanding it, and it was just a really magical experience, I would say. Like
yeah,
I was really rooting for the good place. Like okay, how is it going to turn out next? How is it going to turn out next?
yeah,
There's always that anticipation, like, and each time I think there was this, and the even the thinking of the what do you say, medium place and
medium place.
Derek, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah, direct. Yeah.
Yeah, and like all these, I don't know, it was
It's a
just
world that feels like our world in some ways, like, but very abstract.
a very, yes, yes,
Very
yes,
abstract. Yeah,
but really hit all the right point.
yeah,
Good Place was amazing.
yeah. It just there's a lot of learning as well. So like I watched it with my cousins who were pretty young that time. I think they engaged with the philosophy as well. Like that just felt like, wow, that's great. Like they are talking about contractualism and
Mm,
how we are, what is the consequence of your actions. And I go, that's good. Like, it gives you like an in way to assess your own actions. As simple as, let's say, understanding that, oh, life is not just plus and minus.
yeah.
They really break that idea of good place and bad place binary itself.
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes,
that is the best part for me. I mean,
yes.
I guess this is a bit of a spoiler that, even when you reach the good place, they do reach at one point the actual good place. But it just feels like, yeah, this is not what I like. This is not the
Yeah,
end. Like this is just endless fun or whatever. And that's really not even the point. Like,
Correct.
and I think the eventual end is satisfying because of that.
Yes, yes,
That
yes, yes.
sometimes you need things to end for it to be satisfying. And
Be
that's what all of our lives are also, right? It's
definitely.
satisfying because it ends. And that's
Yes.
what Michael also learns, that because there's mortality, that is why humans even have happiness, or they have a sense of what their life actually is. So yeah, I really like that.
Phenomenal show. Really, it's
Yeah,
amazing. I now I feel like watching it once again.
watching it again, it's so good.
It's really good. I love
Yeah,
that place.
it's like art. It's one of a generation. Like, I don't know, it's just that good.
Yes.
How is this a TV show? Like, it's just so
I know.
profound, but how is this just a TV show? And
Seriously.
it's funny, it's entertaining, it's not just all serious. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, wow. Like each of the characters also when you just think about them, oh, like so well, what do you say,
mm,
constructed or structured.
yeah,
Very nice, very nice.
yeah,
So now we move on to fifth category.
which is
This,
a, yeah, it's like a saying, basically, any saying
yes.
that, yeah, okay. So for me, usually I do tend to be very emotional. And I think uh, when I found poetry initially, it was a way of relating with that emotion. Like, I wouldn't have found words to express how intensely I'm feeling something,
Mm.
but that poem would be, you know, expressing that. And I would be like, oh, this is perfect, you know. And I think I started like saving a whole bunch of them, like screenshots and
Uh-huh.
all of that, because I really enjoyed. I started with quotes though, like, so it started with quotes when I was really young, and then it became poems like later on.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I have two poems here though. I am going to cheat and tell both because I think they're really good for two different reasons, two different, completely different
Go
reasons.
ahead, go ahead.
Wait, I want to read it out so once again. Okay. Okay. One is called Harlem by Langston Hughes.
All right.
So it says, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags, or like a heavy load, or does it explode? That's it. So I really like this because I like the idea of like deferring a dream, which is postponing a dream, basically.
Right, right.
So what happens when you postpone a dream? I end up postponing a lot of dreams. Like, not now, maybe not now, later, later. And it just talks about the different kind of emotions you feel when when it's there, you know it's there, but you're not doing it right now. You know it's not the time for that dream. So you put it up forward, put it forward, put it forward, and you know how intense it kind of builds up over time and just kind of explodes. I think like that that feels very true to my experience. And this poem I actually found when I was sort of doing review of literature for my research. So my
Okay, okay,
research
okay.
is on aspirations and career decisions. So this poem was like the basis almost, because when you want to, let's say, wish for something, it
Mm.
need not be a job or need not be financial, and anything it could be. It could be also financial, but I'm saying like it could be anything. And this emotion of like, I can't do it now, really struck me because it showed that I have an internal sort of understanding of what is possible and what is not possible. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that is something that's really fueled my research, my thinking. And this idea, I was inspired back in our UG days as well, when we learned in economics what about capabilities and Amartya Sen's theories. And so I really like this idea of what is possible, what do you think is possible, and what do you postpone, what do you not postpone, what do you just immediately indulge in,
Right.
stuff like that. So this is a poem that that's very close to my heart. Yeah. Another one. This is. I'm gonna read it, and then I'm sure from the thing itself you'll know what it is, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is another poem. It's called "Whiplash from Ordinary Moments in Love" again by Shivani.
Okay.
So it says, "How foolish was I, thinking I needed something earth-shattering to realize I was in love. It is Tuesday. Your face is flushed in the soft orange light, spilling from a cantaloupe sliced open. I love you." That's what it is.
Oh.
So I think this poem made me realize I was in love. Actually, like for sure, like 100%. Like this was one of the moments I read this. I was like, oh shit, yeah. So
Oh,
uh,
beautiful.
it's very beautiful, and even today I get like tingles on my arm when I read that because it feels so true. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. And I
Oh,
actually did realize it this at this moment. So
oh,
yeah,
it's so simple, but it's just so
yeah,
beautiful. Like, wow,
yeah,
okay. That is really nice. Oh, I really
yeah.
love that. Very
Yeah, I know,
nice.
I know. It's very affecting. I really like that. And it's
Oh,
very true to
okay.
experience as well. Like it's not about having some big moment where you realize, oh,
Mm.
like a movie we usually see
Yes,
like
yes.
someone like like
Yes.
all the spotlights on them. But that's not how like real life works. Like
Yeah.
it's those quiet moments where I don't know, you just realize.
Just
And I
realize.
think that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I love it.
that's really nice. Oh, I'm still like,
I feel like if
that
I
I'm
listen to
going
this
back to
poem,
that
I'll fall in
moment.
love again. That's honestly what happens. Like, so it
Oh,
is
really?
quite amazing. I love it.
Very nice, very nice. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Coming to mine is not exactly a poem, but
Mm.
it's a quote that
Right.
I don't know by who it is,
Okay.
but somewhere somebody told
Mm.
it, and the quote basically is "Done is better than perfect," and
Ah.
uh, it really like it's not much. It's just like what, one, two, three, four, five words. That's it. But it really eased a lot of anxiety that I have, I
Okay.
think. Because most of the time it's just like, I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, it has to be the
Mm.
perfect thing.
Mm.
Anything I
Mm.
do
Mm.
has to
Mm.
be perfect. Anything I put effort into has to be perfect, perfect, perfect. But
Yeah.
if you're striving for that perfection, at least you have to start with the first step, right?
Mm.
And the first step is definitely not going to look perfect. It's going to look
Mm.
the most wonkiest thing ever. So this "done is better than perfect," I feel, as a quote, really it helps me channelize. Or it's not a very what do you say? It's a more about task oriented quote, I
Right.
would say. But as a quote right now, I feel like this really makes me feel much. It's really interesting for me, and it brings out, like, that anxiety, and just throws it to a corner. Like, it's okay, you
Mm.
just do it, and just doing it is also more than
Yeah.
enough. And uh, like, doing only, we feel like, okay, I'm happy with
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah.
So I would say done is better than perfect.
That's so
That's
good. That's really nice. Yeah. I've also heard of it. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
because some.
think I heard of it when I wanted to start my Instagram page first. Like, I
uh,
I really like taking photos, that, but I have
yes.
never really put forth it out to anyone. Like, I wouldn't do that. I would just show it to my friends and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But for me to start that page and just upload even like one photo, for me that was the one of the things. It felt like, yeah, done is better than perfect. Like you just have, there's no best photo, there is no I could have made it better, but
Absolutely.
yeah, whatever it is, it's done. Like you just post it, and that does help. Like that philosophy helps in any task actually, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a great sentiment. Yeah.
nice.
Do you tell that to yourself, like usually?
I've actually written it down also and kept it wherever I can find
Okay,
some
okay.
space, because most of the time the anxiety for me right now, like, I'm working on a lot of things
Hmm.
to, what do you say, to move out of the. I'm not able to describe it properly, I feel,
Okay,
but it's. mm I'm not in any particular system right now,
okay.
and I have to create my own system.
Mm.
And in creating my own system, I tend to just sit and
Mm.
watch something,
Right.
because the putting the effort to
Mm.
create that system can be a little hard sometimes.
Right.
And so right now I'm in that space. So
Ah.
this quote really, at least on a day-to-day basis, like at least if I just okay, I want to stitch something, so I'm just going to stitch,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Mm.
just that much. But okay, will it turn out to be good, will it
Yeah.
not, that those thoughts always really eat us
Yeah.
up. But
Mm.
this quote, like at least it makes me feel like, okay, just do something, just
Mm.
do.
Mm.
And
Mm.
eventually I think I will get to the place where I feel more mastered
Right.
in whatever
Mm.
I'm doing.
Mm.
But right now it's really important for me to just do. And I
Yeah.
think that what really helps me, wherever I can, I'll just write it down. Done is better than perfect, and keep. So
Yeah.
that
Nice.
something, I will do something, that's
Yeah,
all.
that's nice. Sometimes it's just hard to even take the first step, and I think this helps in that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to start.
yeah. And when we start doing something, we actually enjoy the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that becomes like, okay, I'm motivated
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
process in itself, and
Yeah.
that's nice. But to get to that place, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
That this helps with that.
Yep. That's nice. What's
Yes.
the next
I
category?
think next we have
Place.
tourist spots, or like,
Yeah.
what kind of places do we like to visit when we go anywhere? Anything.
Okay. Yeah. You go first.
Mm. Me first? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, I really enjoy palaces.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I don't know why, but and even Mysore Palace also.
Mm.
I've just gone so many times. I feel just
Okay.
by myself. Like I've seen the place so many times,
Right.
but I still continue to go and just be in that vicinity. Just some most times I'm very anxious that I'll always have earphones,
Okay.
listening to some
Mm.
music,
Mm.
because I don't want to interact with people. I
Mm.
mean, obviously that is there, so we'll just
Mm.
listen to music and go. But with
Uh.
Mysore Palace, like I know there is some sort of, with palaces there is this sort of eerie, beautiful feeling. I don't
Okay.
know what
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Like I know the Malayalam movie Manichitathad also is there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there is this one particular music which is, I'm not able to really think of it. It's like, and then there's this
Yes.
one
Yes. Yes.
music that
Yeah.
indicates that the ghost is there,
Yeah.
something. Right? That whenever I'm in a palace, there is that sort of I don't know. It's really very enticing, I would say,
Mm.
and because so many people have walked those same places,
Right.
and they have done so many different things in their life, like a Maharaja used to be there, or a
Mm.
Maharani used to be there, and so many people used to. I don't know. History is there in palaces, and
Yeah.
I really enjoy visiting palaces. And I think added to palaces and temples,
Okay.
like even the Hampi Temple and
Mm.
Belur Halibid and all these things. No?
Yeah.
It's just some sort of feeling in
Mm.
temples and
Mm.
palaces. I really enjoy. I don't know. They're just very calming in nature. At
Right.
the same time, there is this. I'm not able to describe the feeling, but there is some sort of fear in
Mm.
that, and that is interesting. I don't know.
Right. So it's like calm, but the calmness can be peaceful or it can be a little haunting as well. Like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes, haunting. I was
Yeah.
not able to find the word haunting. Wow. That hauntingness is a little
Yeah.
very
You
nice.
like it?
Yeah. Doesn't mean I like horror movies. That I'm still
Okay.
against horror movies. I never
Okay.
going to watch it. But
Okay.
the yeah, that
Horror
the,
places you're all up for it, huh? Like
with the many people around. With,
next time we'll find some ruins, we'll go
we'll go there with people around, more people.
there. More people around.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there are less people, I will definitely not go into that place.
Okay.
But
We'll get a
there,
whole bunch. We'll get a whole bunch.
yeah, then we'll
Yeah.
go and visit.
Nice.
It's what about you though?
Yeah. Uh, for me, I think what first came to my mind was something I want to. I've never gone to such a place.
Uh huh.
Another thing is what I've been like many times and I enjoy a lot. So I guess the I want to go will be like a shorter thing, so I can tell that. Like where I ideally would want to go someday is like I imagine this like lake and a mountain at the horizon. Like that is
Mhm.
something that I would love to go because it
Uh-huh.
just feels like I would sit there, stare at like the entire scene for hours and take
Oh,
photos from every angle possible. So like I think like I just enjoy that calmness. Like it feels like it's nice. It's just nice and peaceful in my mind. So if there are too many tourists there, might not be how reality is. But that's something I really picture. But I've never been to such a place. But
uh-huh.
something that I've been to multiple times and just kind of feel like right now I enjoy in city spaces, particularly only in city spaces actually, is the streets
Right, right,
because
right.
I love streets and like taking walks on like random streets. It's maybe a little dangerous to go on isolated streets, but I love street photography, so I just like taking camera and just walking around and finding like dark alleys and shadows and all that. It's just something I really enjoy. And even when I had gone to Kolkata, that's something that I really liked
Mm.
because yeah, I went to Kolkata during the Durga Puja, so this entire city is absolutely colorful and just nice to be out there and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looking at the entire city and how people are. But even though there are big pandals on the
Mm.
major streets and all, there were so many ones that are really beautiful on this like very small alleyways that
Right, right.
maybe let's one small community has put together a pandal,
Mm.
and that
Mm.
that was very beautiful as well. It's not just the big ones that are pretty and nice. Everyone seems to put in their heart and soul into it, and I really enjoyed both the small ones and the big ones, not just the big ones. And that way, just taking a quiet walk and just
Mm.
looking at city through that lens in the night is something I really enjoy. So that is definitely, yeah, a scene.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's like the lake and the mountain view. Like, oh, that
Um,
that really seems very like something to look forward to,
yeah,
definitely. And the
yeah,
streets, I think we don't give that much credit to streets as much as we should. Just because they're there everywhere, we feel like, oh, but actually that's a very nice thing because it's right in front of us, and
yeah,
engaging in that minute details of that
yeah,
is can be very captivating. It's very nice.
yeah. I loved that also when I visited last time. Like when
Mm.
we were just out on random streets. Like that's just
Right.
nice. Like I really like the atmosphere that cities have for that reason. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like you are alone in the sense that you are by yourself, but you're not also because there's so many people around. That's a
Yes, yes.
very different feeling. And
Mm,
that's
yes.
kind of comforting also because I don't want to be like completely alone.
Mm, mm.
So it's just nice to have people around, but they're not going to bother you. They're just going to do their own thing. So you can
Right.
also just enjoy the place without, yeah, any of that. So that's nice. So yeah. So we have one last category,
One last.
one last, which is what is the food item that you prefer? Like what is your favorite?
Mm. I think you
Go
go
for it.
first, and
Oh, I
then
I should go first. Okay. So here I have an item that I really like, but now I have a bit of a complaint about it as well. So
oh,
yeah, so the item I have here is masala dosa. That is
ah,
awesome. And I think
heaven.
I've had, yeah, it is. It is. I think both ones made at home and ones that we find outside, like masala dosa is, uh, I don't know, up there with the best.
Yeah,
And for me,
yeah.
I'll tell you, like, I got introduced to masala dosa probably in hotels, like, not at
Mm,
home.
mm. Yeah,
At
yeah,
home, we would make, let's say, dosa, and we would make like aloo sabzi to go along with it, but separately, right? It wasn't like the
yeah,
crispy masala dosa that we get in hotels.
yeah.
So the first time, one of the first times I've had, this is a story that I find it very funny and also is just a quirk of Indian restaurants in a way. So I went with my uncle and aunt, So I was barely like the counter's height also, I'm sure. Like just couldn't like really see anything. But I was also fascinated to see how kitchens work in hotels. So I used to like
Uh-huh.
bend over, like just like try to extend my neck and see what is going on, how are they making the dosa. It was very fascinating. And what you see there is that dosa kal is there, no? That huge
Mm,
stone, the
mm,
black
mm,
stone,
mm, mm.
on which they make the dosa. After every turn, they clean that, right? Obviously, they
Yes,
should.
yes, yeah,
So for that, what do they use? They use like a broom. Like usually they
yeah,
have
yeah.
a broom. Just for dosas, they have that, right? So just,
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
saw that and I got absolutely scandalized. I was like, what are they doing? They are they're using a
Much
broom.
better options.
Yeah, I told my uncle and I thought they didn't know this. That I was the only one who found this by looking into the kitchen and no one else has done until now. So I ran to them. I said, like, we shouldn't be eating this. Do you know what they're doing?
More than
And they were like, it's fine. Like, they said, don't worry about it. I, I remember eating, but like, I was so reluctant and I was so,
right, right, right.
you know, but yeah, that's one of my earliest memories with masala dosa, and I still love masala dosa. But that was one of the earliest. Now, my complaint is not that though. My complaint is
Uh-huh.
actually about how masala dosa in Bangalore has changed. So
Mm.
that is what is the complaint here.
Hurt.
Because
Mm.
we are very hurt because of Rameshwaram Cafe. I would put all
Mm.
blame on that. Don't come at me, Rameshwaram Cafe fans. But like, not that it's bad though, but it's just different, and I just
Mm.
don't like too much of the change. I want my old masala dosa back. So the ones made right now are what do I say? They're drenched in ghee and they're having this extremely hard outer shell,
Mm-hmm.
and inside might be soft, but like it's not crispy. It's literally just hard. Like it's
Yes, yes.
not the same.
Mm.
And the way the texture of the dosa is completely different to what it was before. Before it
Correct.
would be a bit soft. It would be crisp, but it'd be soft. And
Correct.
I think that was the classic masala dosa of Bangalore that completely kind of changed because this new wave of masala dosas that we're having. This looks great on Instagram, this whatever this new dosa
Correct.
is.
Correct.
But I
Correct.
don't
Yes.
think this new dosa tastes as good as the older dosas. Like, so maybe just again subjective preference. Coming
Yeah.
back to the theme of this podcast, like that is what this is. But from my end, it just feels like a loss of the older recipe and the style of dosas that we
Right.
used to make. Yeah.
I think,
Nowadays, any new eatery comes also, they follow this newer recipe,
yeah.
which I'm not a fan of.
I think they're just trying to make it more Instagrammable, exactly like you said. Like
Yeah.
anything has to just look like, oh, crazy. Like even sometimes they make like Maggie dosa, or
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah,
make
yeah.
chocolate dosa, or they'll make
Ice cream dosa.
yeah, ice cream dosa. Oh my God. There's so many varieties of like, food, and it's just when you see it only you feel like I don't want to go
I
near
don't
that
want this.
in
Yeah.
any way.
There might be some explorations people do, but not for
No.
us. Not for us.
Or like sometimes even like this is worst combinations. How do they even think of these? Also, will not
Okay.
understand. Like there's pani puri, right?
Mm.
So golgappa,
Okay.
but they've put like just some masala in it, and that's just chaat.
Okay.
Like that's not golgappa, right? But no, no, this is egg golgappa. So they put
Okay.
egg filled with golgappa, and
Okay.
why? Some things you don't need to reinvent. Like most things actually we don't need to reinvent. We can just to the basics sometimes, but
uh,
no, absolutely not. I think in that same line, like what I would choose as food that I'm like, I
mm,
really like is chocolate.
mm.
I don't know,
Okay.
this just like just a little bitter piece of
Which
chocolate.
particular one do you have? Any particular
Usually like anything dark,
dark
dark
chocolate?
chocolate.
Mm.
I really like dark
Mm.
chocolate, and I feel so good when I have dark chocolate. And I think in that same line, I would also add desserts to this particular
Okay.
idea of food, because and in desserts particularly, like like donut or waffles or something.
Nice.
I really feel like eating a waffle right now, like that, crispy hot, and at the same time there's chocolate oozing out of it. Oh my God, so heavenly. I love chocolate, and
Okay.
definitely, anything with chocolate, not like the chocolate that we get, like, in random places, like not like like there
Mm.
are some chocolates which don't really taste like chocolate. They're just like we used to get this King or something when we were small. There was a small packet
Yes,
called,
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
hate that. I hate
Okay,
that
okay.
chocolate.
Mm.
Uh, I like more, that flavor of chocolate
Flavor.
there.
Mm.
I like those. And
With that aroma and all that.
yeah, oh my God. And definitely, like, donuts filled with chocolate, or
Yeah,
donuts filled with, any of that sweet genre thing. I'm, I don't know, maybe I'm craving for it right now, but
yeah. It seems
I love,
like it.
yeah. But desserts I really, really like. And uh, in that, definitely any chocolate based dessert, I'm always up for it, and I really,
Awesome.
really enjoy it.
That's nice. We are leaving the listeners with a craving for chocolates, and I think
Oh
that's
yeah, now I feel like really eating a waffle, with some. I can't. I just want to eat it
satisfying.
now. Yeah, it's so satisfying. Like just one bite into that now, and I feel so happy. And any day, anybody, like, if I'm just feeling like low or some,
Mm,
just
mm.
just a chocolate can. I just feel like on top of the moon.
Awesome.
But definitely, of course, the dosas also. Definitely, the savory food also I really like,
Mm.
but these are also like
Nice.
no, it's very, very
Yeah,
my favorite.
awesome, awesome. That passion is visible. We've run through all these categories. What are you
Yeah,
feeling? What are you feeling?
we ran through all the categories. Now I feel slightly empty. I feel.
Oh, yeah, no, at the end of anything, it just feels like, man, it's over. Like, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. But we
interesting.
shall be back. We shall be back.
Yeah,
That's the
definitely.
thing. Yeah.
And these are
Even if
just
no
like
one's listening, that's the point, right? We shall be back.
definitely no one's listening only, but we have no problem. We just want to do it just so that we can put up a page.
Yeah,
Because it's the first time we're really recording a video.
yeah,
There's a little bit of like, oh my God, how do we manage it? Because on
yeah,
audio, there are some things that you tend to do, and
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
video it becomes a little different the way we have to
Hmm.
approach it. So that process is, I mean, working out, I feel.
Yeah, I
And
will work it out. I think we'll work it out with, quantity rather than trying to perfect it before
yeah, done is
each
better,
one. Like,
better than perfect.
that is better than perfect. Yeah. We'll just keep doing each time something we can change, and I'm sure it'll just be fine by the end of it. Like,
Yeah, and
we'll
then
have so many things to look for. Like, when you look back, it'll be like, like a catalog, and that'll be fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I'm very
yeah, we'll
excited
do
for
that.
this particular
Yeah,
series of whatever is going to
yeah,
come.
yeah. And we don't want to take it like so seriously that the pressure is on for us to be
Yeah,
so well researched and like making the best
absolutely.
points or like all that. I'm sure there are so many other sources who can do that, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I like this, that
yeah,
it's, raw, unedited, and
yeah,
unfiltered
yeah.
versions of whatever we
It
are.
still has a bit of like what we like, obviously what we have learned and all that, but the focus is not on that, and we have
Correct.
so many more topics like this. I'm sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
and yeah, we'll line up more and more videos. So
Yep.
if you are someone who, I think this is to
Who's
the
here till
viewers.
now? Hi. Like,
Yeah.
how are you still here? Like,
How are you still here
how are
exactly?
you still here? Yeah.
Because I'm
We are
sure.
happy you're here. But it's
Yeah.
like more than an hour. What are you doing? Like,
Oh, crazy.
yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. If you're still here,
if you're still
unbelievable.
here,
Yeah.